Hello, everybody, and welcome to Discin Deal's coverage of the 3rd Annual Foxtail Farm Championships. We have a very special tournament for you here today at Foxtail Farm, a private course located in Tonganoxie, Kansas. I'm your commentator, Michael Babbit, and we have the pleasure of being joined by Cooper Arnold, the owner and course designer, the brains and the web, if you will, to this whole tournament. Coop, it's an honor to have you out here. Shout out to Discin Deal's coverage. I know this is a whole army of people. How excited are you to watch coverage of your, 10 years in development of land and course?
I couldn't be more excited. It's fun to see this thing in person, but it's a real treat to get to see kind of the culmination of all the work that went into everything, and then all of our friends come out to compete on a very challenging disc golf course. Thank you for being here, Michael.
Absolutely. I'm excited. I'm sure you are too, to break down the action here. We've got an amazing lead card. Here you are on the screen breaking down the tournament rules. This is non-sanctioned, correct?
Correct, yeah. And I play this event, and so that's why this is Michael Kruger right here. I want to say a special thanks to him. He comes out just to hang out and call rules because I want to try to take people's money when they come out. So I appreciate him coming out. We got here Michael Babbit.
Nope.
Not Michael Babbit. I'm going to mess it up a couple times. That's okay. This is Kevin Babbit, MP55 World Champion, 2-time, one of the best disc golfers you could ever see.
Got John Bones Jones on the card, a 2-time defending champ out here at Foxtail Farm. One of Kansas City's, if not the best competitor that we have. Super fun to watch, and he's looking to defend his title this year for a 3rd time.
And here's his good friend Charlie, who they play together a lot. And Charlie's only been playing 4 or 5 years, and for that amount of time, he's a very high level.
Yep, you've seen a steady progression out of his game over the years, and there is no ceiling to the top of his game. Last guy, Zack
Johnson, one of those legends who was out on tour for a long time. He ended up having to come back and get one of those real world jobs, but he still mashes.
Yep. It doesn't leave the muscle memory that quick, but here we are. We're hopping right into it on hole 1, Coop. Hardest hole on the course to start us off. What's going on here?
This is not a dip your toe in the water and warm up. This is jump straight into the deep end and see if you can swim. This is averaging, like it says there, 1.05 over par. A lot of the danger here is there's no drop zone on the second shot over to the landing area. So if you don't carry any portion of that, you could have a 10 cup situation on your hands. So
this is a true 2-shot hole. There's no way to get anywhere close within the first shot as far as throwing it in.
No.
You're going to see 2 ways to attack it. I think Bones showing us to kick off the tournament here, kind of going that long straight shot. Not a lot of fade at the end. You kind of want a nice controlled drive. The distance kind of opens up different shots, right, for that second shot?
Yeah, Charlie here is playing a little bit shorter. He's going to have a straighter shot over the pond, where Bones is at, he's going to have to throw more up and down over the black willows in that area, and he's going to be risking the out of bounds quite a bit more. And Kevin probably throwing a T-bird there. He lands right on the front edge of that Mexican sunflower bunker right there, so he might have some tricky footing.
Really key to just be inbounds off the first shot.
Yeah, the gap is, I've missed the gap before when I throw it. It's pretty rare. It's big. You shouldn't miss it, but it's kind of daunting for a first throw of the day for these guys. And Charlie got a hold of that one. That's a great shot.
Full flex. Runs out of speed right at the end to check up right on top of the slow drifting hill there by the pin. That is an amazing shot out of Charlie to kick off the tournament.
Yeah. Oh, and that's going to be a rough start for Kevin. Let's see where the group spots that one if he carried any portion of that inbounds. And that shot's kind of what Zachariah's known for. Big forehand, big backhand, but huge overhand.
And accurate with it right there within the circle to a blind pin. Well done. Very impressive. Was that a tomahawk or a thumber, do you know?
It looked like a tomahawk. And John kind of throwing up, there's a little pocket in the willows right there, and he found that.
Yeah, similar line to Charlie there with that flex out at the end. We got the OB call there.
Just out of bounds.
He's going to have a chance to save his par there.
Looks like they did give Kevin the spot on the other side. So he's going to have a pretty routine up and down for a bogey, which is not a terrible start.
Nope, not on the first on the most difficult hole in the course. Owns to save his par there, just off on the left side.
That's a good bogey. That could easily have been a double or triple bogey. That's a great birdie. Good way to start the tournament. Just sneaking it in there.
Flirted with it a little bit, but birdie nonetheless.
And so you're kind of talking about this at the start of the coverage, but this is unsanctioned, but we're playing for some pretty big money out here. We got $2,500 cash added. First place for this event's paying $1,400. So everybody out here wants to get this thing. Hole 2, we got a island hole here. Everything short of the creek is safe, and beyond that's all hazard unless you're within that rock area. What do you do on this, Michael? You usually throw straight at it, or
with the changes this year being a hazard, I just go for it. It's a big enough gap where I just go my mid-range and try to just go straight at the pin and trust the training in a sort. If I do miss, I do like to miss a little higher. Just hopefully I can hit early. It looks like Charlie got through there a little bit and then hit on the high side later down the gap. Mm-hmm. So I do try to challenge the ceiling there, and hopefully if I hit up in the top area, I have a nice, easy approach for a par. But if I lace the line, I got a nice birdie opportunity.
Yeah, I like kind of flirting with that ceiling too. It looks like Bones has the height
beautiful
exactly
height
right.
And speed. Look at that. I mean, didn't even hit anything on this hole to be a park job there. That is a pure shot.
You couldn't do any better than that. And this will be that red T-bird again from Kevin. Or it might have been a rock or something. He's laying that up.
It might even be in one of his pigs. Who knows? But nice little layup there. He said, I'll take the chances on the putt. If you execute your layup like Kevin just did there, you're going to have about a 40-footer, which is, for this level of competition, well within their reach.
And I like that layup play there too. Kind of get your strokes on the next one and just trust the putter in your hand.
Yeah,
if you don't
get the putter going early. See if you can't just get started hot on the putting green. That always feels nice,
especially on a course with such challenging greens. I think if you feel confident, it's going to make the rest of your round quite a bit easier.
Yeah. I feel like this is a hole, if you have a disc that you really love and trust and know you can throw it repeatedly, you love this hole. But if you struggle to find your line or find that disc, man, this hole can present a lot of different challenges.
Yep. And their Bones got a good birdie right there.
Yeah, bounce back.
See the real deal right here. I tell you, bounce back is one of my favorite stats. It's one of the most important stats in disc golf is can you come back from a mistake? And Bones, he didn't make that much of a mistake on one, but he came back from it on two.
Yep, it was a good second shot of his hand, just floated away from him, comes back, pipes it right down the middle for a birdie. That's what you love to see, and that's really at this course. You're going to see that a lot. It's hard to be perfect out here. The course is very demanding. It's very challenging, so you have to stay locked in for the full round. There's no doubt about it.
Not a lot of opportunity to take anything off. Even on this hole, second easiest hole on the day, man, it's still challenging. It yields a lot of birdies, but there's actually a lot of double bogeys and triple bogeys on this hole just because of the putting green and the initial gap. It's beatable, but it's not easy.
Even here on camera, the gap looks small, so you can imagine how small it is in person. And the thing about this gap is there's not a lot of lucky breaks through that gap. Those trees that are surrounding and making that hole are pine trees. Or are they pine trees? I'm not sure.
Those are Eastern red cedar.
Eastern red cedar. I knew I could count on you for the...
We can do more tree identification if you want later.
But they do not allow discs to go through. If you do hit it, it drops it straight down.
Yeah, they act like a vacuum. They just really snag you right there. And Charlie gets right over that walnut log. It's kind of a false front that I found up in the hayfield and dragged over there, and it's specifically to stop shots like that. Is that Zach getting out there a little bit? 50 feet maybe? This is a tough one to want to give a committed bid to. It'd have been hard for him to throw that as high as he needed to.
Mm-hmm. Kevin taking a pretty aggressive stab at it. You know, he felt it on the second shot, or on the hole 2, whenever he had the 40-footer, was put in the same position on hole 3, gave it a good run, just a little bit low off the basket.
And Bones was low, and Charlie's almost low there.
There you go, Charlie.
That raised basket's getting to folks. That's a good start for Charlie. He didn't miss that par by too much on 2, and getting 2 birdies out of the first 3 holes, great.
A little style on the tap in there by Bones, John Jones. I like to see that.
I think he's pretty frustrated that he left that one soft.
Mm-hmm.
One thing about that Bones guy is he lays up, you know it.
That's right.
When he's putting at it, he wants to make every single one of them.
All right, here we are, hole 4, par 4, very unique design, one of my favorite holes on the course, the 9th hardest. Tell us a little bit about it, Coop.
This is my personal favorite, just because I've never played it the same way twice. There's a lot of rollers up the middle. There's forehands down the left side. You can play a hyzer up the right side. At the end of the day, you're going to have to scramble on your second shot, and that's kind of where the fun part comes in. There's a lot of flare skips off that top shelf, trying to stay in bounds there. Charlie's taken kind of that straight shot. He just yanked it a little bit right. If he'd been right or left of that tree, he could have penetrated pretty good into the woods.
You can see a roller here. Kind of a high stalling roller. Didn't quite get to see it finish, but it kind of looked like it just climbed up the hill on the right side a little bit.
Yeah. Kevin kind of plays this shot, which I don't think about very much, but he throws a punching straight shot that fades off to the forehand gap.
Yeah, because you're fading into a larger gap for your second shot. I like that.
It gives him options, too, because you can take that left pure gap. You can throw a right side skippy shot, and Zack got way up there.
Mm-hmm. When the rollers are going, man, you love to see it on this hole. Just keep going, keep rolling.
This is one that is eagleable with the right roller, which is, I think, why you see so many guys do it. Yep. Jose got it last year.
Yep, I was about to say, we have seen one officially.
Oh, Charlie rolls out of bounds across that creek right there.
Not the most favorable roll there for Charlie.
Mm-mm. Oh, that's a great shot. Kevin's probably 230 feet.
I mean, look at that speed control. I mean, he didn't even have a skip off of that. That you'll often see the backboard being used there because you're coming in hot. That was perfect speed control out of Kevin. That was marvelous.
And that was a little soft from Bones, I think. He left that across the creek. He probably wanted a little bit more pace on it. And there's the backboard you're talking about.
There it is.
If you get there, you're only 18 feet from the basket. You can make all those putts. That's a beautiful shot.
Yeah, nice speed control out of Charlie there as well to run that with OB looming just 5 feet, 10 feet to the left.
Here's a birdie. And another one. This is one of it's middling as far as difficulty, but I just think the variety of ways to play it's so much fun. And I've never seen a green that's shaped like this.
No green, me neither. And that is truly a mark of its unique personality for this hole is there's so many different ways that you can play it. Off the tee and through your second shot.
Progress doesn't stand still. Neither do we. Every moment matters. Every step evolving through experience. Trust breeds confidence, and confidence is everything. Any terrain, any conditions. The all-new Syncrasy V2 by Ideo Sports.
Here we are at hole 5. This one, I know for a fact, is one of Kevin Babbitt's favorite holes. He's come out to league several times, and he'll play back around just to be able to play this hole a couple times. And he told me before the tournament started, he went to practice this hole because if he could make this shot, he felt good about his chances in the tournament.
It really does feel like a purist dream in a sort of 321 foot, or actually, how far is it? 352 foot shot, just dead straight with your fairway driver or mid range. Whatever you can do to control the height, throw it right down the middle. Kevin showing us exactly how it's done. Look at that.
That's that red T-bird. This is just a Kevin Babbit red T-bird hole. And here's Zack throwing over the top. This is a shot I I throw pretty far, and I don't throw far enough to do this, but I know you do this.
Yes,
right,
this is my play too. Just going with the high stall hyzer and trying to play plinko right above the basket. So really you're just throwing at an angle to try to land right on top of the basket.
And almost exactly what Zack did right
just
there.
Just like that.
Threw it up, plinko down, and got a nice little roll at it.
Bones going with a little flex out of it. Look at that beautiful disc selection. He knows that disc really well. Got caught a little bit on the left side, but it was a little bit slower. I really like the pace on that because if you do pure this line, you can go flying past the basket and out of bounds. So it is a beautiful balance of finesse and power.
Speaking of puring, yeah, Charlie, he almost goes out of bounds there just throwing a perfect shot.
Yeah, and if there wasn't a 20-foot hill right behind it, he lands like 5 feet behind the basket there.
There's Bones laying up. That's what I was talking about earlier about when Bones lays up. He's going to grab one of those floppy Frisbees, and it's not going to sniff the basket. He's not risking a roll away at all. Personally, I'd say on this hole, this is one of the ones that I would like to get as a birdie.
Yes.
Early in the round, I discount some of the other ones as being able to birdie, but this is the hole that I want.
Yep. One of the few on the course that's looking at you and is attackable right at just, you want to get this birdie. It teases you.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people that get caught up at that mouth kind of where Bones was, and you just have a choice at that point. Do you want to run it really good, and you got a 4 or 5 if you miss?
Yeah, but the highlight would be very cool.
You see a lot of doubles rounds where guys make that putt. It's right there. Here's another one where, if I'm not mistaken, you throw over the top on this one, right?
I do throw over the top on this one. It's rare airspace. It's a lot of power because the trees are so high, so that's kind of where the difficulty lies. But I think for the smarter play is really to just trust the shot up the middle. This is a par 4 or 3?
Par 3. It's
yeah.
a par 3, yeah. 366 feet. But it's moderately uphill, so it plays longer than that. And Zack just threw over with an Anheuser, or tried to go over with the Anheuser. Normally you see that the hyzer play crashing in there a little bit more.
A little rinse and repeat there for Kevin Babbit. I like the same disc even.
I think this is a hole that might be a little bit longer than Kevin really wants to throw the disc, and so he might be just trying to get a 3 and move on this one.
Yeah, you have a steeper elevation change after you get through the gap, so that makes it challenging to approach it. You got to go through that gap with speed, either in the air or on a roller, to get the distance you need for a putt for birdie.
Yeah, I was surprised none of the guys here chose a roller. That's my personal play, assuming most of those hedge balls are picked up.
Yep.
But Charlie will be fine there.
Zach might have tried, if that first shot, he might have tried that roller, but I wasn't quite sure all the way.
That's the tough thing when you miss right here.
He was forced with a small gap there, tried to go something maybe a little faster and get that low skip. But he gets a second shot at it there. Executes it well.
You can make that scramble, but you also can do exactly what happened right there.
There's not a lot of room for error.
Zach gets over the hill just a touch. That's not a terrible result. He could have thrown a straight shot and ended up there. He took a bigger risk and didn't really get penalized for it.
Yep.
And that's routine.
Yep, nice routine hole out of Kevin there. Zach leading the way early. 2-stroke lead on the field going into hole 7, or maybe not the field, but this card.
On the card, yeah. Yeah, 2 under through 6 is a really good start. Even through 6 is a really good start. +1 through 6 is not a bad start.
Not a bad start.
I think that's one of the themes of the course is like there's just you're going to take numbers, so it's just remembering that there's a lot of golf left. We got hole 7 here. This one flies out that gap. There's out of bounds right and left on it, but it's a very wide fairway. The hardest thing about it is really going to be where this pin finishes down here. This creek back behind it's all out of bounds. It's easy to end up with a soft shot or a roll away or something that ends up in It leaves you a 35-foot putt coming back at it.
Yep, and this gap is right in that sweet spot of like difficult but doable.
Yeah. You're frustrated if you miss it, but you can miss it.
You can miss it very easily. So first priority, get out the gap. You really want to push this disc as straight as you can, and then slowing down right as you peek over that hill if you want a nice park job.
And where Kevin landed right there's kind of a bunker of trees in the way. It's you can scramble, but again, it's a tough scramble. And it looks like Charlie's kind of following over, maybe near where Kevin was.
Yep, a little bit more hyzer flip out of Charlie there, but still a great shot off the tee. Bones in a little flex line.
Yeah, there's a little more stable at it, and that's a good skip
Checked up beautiful. That was a beautiful drive.
This is a scary green to have to approach from back here. He's only 120 feet away, but it's very touchy.
There it is.
As you can see. He stays safe, but that's longer than you'd really like for the shot he just threw. That's a tough scramble.
Just kind of hung out there.
Zach's maybe 65 feet.
Runaway green. Oh my goodness.
Not even.
Zack Johnson from deep with the runaway green. Oh yeah, little finger guns let him know. He was going for that.
Man, most people aren't trying to make that, let alone making it.
Right. That was a beautiful putt and a hot start. Coming out to play, Zack Johnson.
Yeah, 3 down now. And Charlie, great save from back there. He's putting almost straight out of bounds if he misses that.
And the thing about Charlie's putt, Kevin with the big putt there, it's like whenever you have those little weird things happen to you, like Charlie wanted to go to layup, that disc got stuck there on that tree. He still stayed locked in and get it. Sometimes that can be so hard for me. I know other people can experience that too. So the mental fortitude in this course always being tested. Let's take a look at that Discin Deals double take. Zack Johnson from deep.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh man, just floated it up there. Nice. Beautiful finish.
Pure the whole way.
You're going to have opportunities out here at Foxtail, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to Blue Sage Payments for that Discin Deals double take.
Here's hole 8. This one, we shortened this one from last year. We moved the tee pad 250 feet forward, and we moved the basket 60 feet back. So it's 445, or 476 actually, 476, but it is a long 476.
Straight up a hill. There's no way to get to the pin in one, and you've got to land in the fairway on your first shot. If you start bleeding off to the left or hook it out to the right, you are in no man's land where you're just going to be pitching out to the fairway. So really looking for a long, accurate drive right in that fairway. Zach accomplishing that wonderfully, throwing the disc really well to start off the 3rd Annual Foxtail Farm Championships.
Yeah, these guys are throwing what is probably like the hardest thrown 300-foot shots they've thrown in a while.
Yes.
In order to get all the way up there, it's a big amount of power. And it actually shows pretty good on this camera view how high you have to climb on this. It's something like a 80-foot elevation gain from tee to green.
Ask anybody who's played Foxtail Farm, they will remember the walk up this hole because you're always catching your breath when you get to the top and taking a little extra time on your putt.
Yeah. This is one we definitely have to get up the hill, and this accomplishes a certain goal. And while no hole is my least favorite, this might be one of the least fun.
The second shot is very interesting because it's shaped through that window. There's not really a ceiling that you can go really above it unless there might be something crazy up there, but you need a faster disc. It's not the distance, it's the height with the low ceiling when you're approaching it that you need a little extra speed. So you need full commitment on this second shot, no doubt.
That's part of the theory on this hole too, is those gaps are kind of small to incentivize you throwing the bigger tee shot. Mm-hmm. The further you get up there, the bigger those gaps are to try to hit. And if you can throw that easy layup, but then you're just playing poke and hope.
Yep.
That's a pretty good forehand right there. Kevin doesn't throw a lot of those, but when he does, they usually work out pretty good.
Good commitment. That was some good power out of that.
Yeah, he does have that left side. He's just kind of laying up there.
Yeah,
You don't want to get
no.
hung up at 25, 27 feet.
Yep, no line.
No. A little bit of a roll.
Ooh, that has some life to it.
That's more annoying than you'd like.
Yes. There you go. That's what you like to see out of the two-time champion there.
That's what you
might have something to do with that.
That's what you have to do to be successful too. You have to have a short memory and make the next one. Looks like we're getting pars around. That's pretty good scoring on this one. You can definitely get a birdie, but it's pretty easy to take a bogey or worse too.
Yep.
I think Zach was looking at the sky, seeing if he could cheat that one a little bit.
Mm-hmm, yep. He uses that thumber well. He did on that hole as well.
We got our first par 5 here. This one's a monster. Whenever anybody comes out to play, I always tell them 200, 400 feet, doesn't matter, just in the middle. You got to be in the middle. And then you got to throw another good shot and another good shot and sometimes another good shot.
Yep, and there's not much visually that tells you anything other but down the middle. I mean, your field of view is not very wide on this hole, so you're going to need a lot of accuracy and a lot of control.
His forehand could set up really good. Zach's got a big straight pushing forehand like that.
That's about as best as you can do.
Mm-hmm. If you could finish it 3 feet straighter, that's about all you want. But that's impossible on this side hill. Bones, good reaction there.
Made it through that first gap. That's kind of what you're looking for on this first tee shot, is getting through the first gap and then hopefully landing somewhere near the middle. First gap made for Kevin.
Yeah, I think that's that T-bird again.
Look at that. Steady and true.
It's one of those things, if you figure out that disc that you're throwing pretty good, throw it as much as you can.
Yep. Control, control, control.
For as long as a course as Foxtail is, it's a lot of fairways and mid-ranges and putters, and it's a lot of placement.
Charlie trying to make his way back out to the middle. Seems like he did a pretty good job there.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! There we go.
Bones getting way down there, and probably a good kick for him. Yeah. He might have had too much juice.
He sent that. Yeah, that was definitely a little too long. Got a good kick, but in a great position for birdie.
Oh, that's a great shot from Kevin. Yes, fading down there. He's got that short left side gap, which I prefer. I think it's the best gap.
Yeah, it's definitely most open.
Charlie does a really good job negotiating down there, too.
Yeah, managing this hole very well.
And this is Zach's drive. That's really good. That's aggressive.
Cut roller.
And he gets to the top of it.
Yep.
This left side gap is really challenging. It's more scramble than pure right now. It probably needs a little bit more cleaning, but it's definitely something you can get through.
Yep, Zach did a good job getting through most of that hallway there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Bones gets another roll away.
Just having some life right now. That's 2 in a row for him.
I think the course is upset with him for winning 2 years in a row.
They're trying everything they can to stop him.
Kevin's a little short there. He'll have a chance at it, but probably a par at worst.
This is Charlie's 4th year. Does a good job getting up to the green. Just going to be past the basket. What do you say? It's probably about 20 feet.
Circle. I think that's circle's edge.
Circle's edge.
That low is about circle's edge back there.
It's got some meat on the bone there. I believe that was Kevin's birdie look.
Yeah, I think he's going to be happy with the par here. Par is great here.
Par feels like a birdie.
Ooh. Ceiling bit him a little bit there. That was low the whole way.
Mm-hmm. There must have been a branch blocking that ceiling that he was trying to beat.
Had to push it. Stays close.
Settles, yeah.
Like.
You don't want it rolling down that hill there.
No.
How many times we've seen that?
That's a good par.
Beautiful par. Playing very well.
Bogey, you're still almost gaining strokes on people. This is a blow-up hole. This is one that can
A 9
really,
is not out of the question.
no, it can turn you around sideways real quick.
Yes. And it's not easy to score out here, so good luck making up those 4 if you did.
Yeah. So there's a leaderboard right now. Zach's up there and Isaac shooting around.
Leading the whole field right now to the front 9.
Yeah, that's some pretty good scoring. Have to see how that back 9 shakes out for him. Once we're up here in the woods, that's where the course gets real challenging. So if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to Discin Deals and come back and join us for the second part of round 1 here. See you in a bit.